Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Is It Kino? I am MUMKEY Jones.
And I am your always here friend, Erich.
And yesterday I saw a little movie I like to call Shit, but it's also known as Boo 2, a Madea Halloween. Now, Erich, my question to you is, yesterday I saw Boo 2. What movie did you see yesterday?
No movies. I did not see anything.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
So, as alone as you felt in the theater, how alone do you feel right now?
Nobody knows my pain. I did a poll on a now suspended Twitter account a week ago
Ooh,
asking which movie I should go see, and the overwhelming majority of the four options of the four films that came out on the same weekend, they voted for Madea, Boo Halloween 2.
hmm
A film which I said, Rich, this is my cross to bear. Don't you dare subjugate yourself to such filth. Go see Blade Runner 2049 before they take it out of theaters. I get to see it again. And so, yeah, we're doing another episode where I see a terrible movie and E-Rich predicts what happened, and then I confirm and or deny.
Yes.
But
These are my favorite
before,
episodes.
yeah, they're pretty special. I think this is the third one we've done, in
hmm
addition to 9/11 and the mountain between us. But
Yes.
E-Rich, before we go into your predictions, there are 2 points I want to make. Points that, one of which, okay, let me just put my cards on the table. I've never seen a Madea
hmm
movie. This is the only Madea movie
Yeah,
I've
me
ever
neither.
seen. I don't know anything about any of the characters, or if there's like a continuous
Wait,
storyline.
wait. Didn't you say you saw a Medea movie at a black barbershop one
I
time?
saw the last 10 minutes of a Madea movie because I accidentally
Oh.
walked into a black barbershop, and then all the eyes in the room were pointed at me, and I thought, okay, it's going to be
Yeah.
awfully racist if I leave right now. So I got the worst haircut of my life because he didn't know how to cut white hair. But that's a
Yeah.
whole different story. Yeah, and they had
Well, that's
a
not his
big TV
problem.
on the
That's your
wall
problem.
playing Madea.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I don't know anything about Madea, but here's my impression from watching this film.
Hit it.
I think this is modern day blackface, only Tyler Perry is a black man himself. It might
hmm
be the most racist film series in existence, and
hmm
it's really sad that Tyler Perry is producing these films because it's just the worst stereotypes about black people and specifically elderly black people
hmm
played completely for laughs. And and here's the thing, Rich, I live in North Carolina. It's a pretty mixed demographic as far as race goes. I see more black people than I really see anybody else when I go out and about.
Yeah.
So guess the racial makeup of the theater that I went to. When I sat down for Medea, what
hmm
races of people were sitting around me? What would you guess?
Well, I like just my previous expectation would be like 95% black to anything else shares 5% of that total. But I'm thinking that you're gonna swerve on me and that the output here is different. Is that right?
Yeah, the theater was
Huh.
50% white people over the age of 60 and 50% those white people's grandkids who were under the age of 10. There
Holy
were no
fuck.
black people in the audience for this Medea
Holy
movie. I saw a
fuck.
lot of black people at the theater. I'm guessing they went and saw Jigsaw or something. It was just a theater
Uh-huh.
full of old white people and their grandkids. They brought their fucking grandkids to go see this Medea movie. So that's why I
Good
say
lord.
it's modern day blackface, because it's just these offensive black stereotypes for white people to yuck it up at. I think that
hmm
the target audience of this is just white people who want to laugh at stereotypes without feeling racist about it because it's being made by Tyler Perry. I
That
don't
complete.
know.
I was going to go on a rant against Tyler Perry, purposefully dumbing down the black audience and basically saying you don't need anything other than my shit. Eat the shit. This shit is good for you. Uh, I'm terrible. But maybe not. Maybe I underestimated Tyler Perry's intelligence, and maybe he's kind of making money off Lady going to see these
Well, I don't
terrible
know
black
because that black
stereotypes.
barbershop was playing the movie, so maybe
True,
the black
true.
audience waits for DVD. But when I went to the theater, it was all white people.
Yeah, maybe the black audience stays home.
Yeah, they stay home. And the other point I wanted to make, E. Rich, is that this movie, I mean, it's suffice to say it's terrible. It's just
Yeah.
god awful. It's unfunny. We can go into that later. But it does something that was unbelievable to me, something that I didn't think I would ever see in a movie.
Wow.
This movie is rated PG-13, and we all know, the MPAA, it's the Motion Picture Association of America. They're the ones who
Yeah.
give movies ratings. So like they watch the movie and then they give it a G, a PG, PG-13, or an R rating. And there are a bunch of different rules that movies have to abide by if they want to stay at PG-13. One of which is you can say the word fuck once. Once you say it more than that, it's more than likely going to be rated R, right?
Yeah, your movie has to be super tame if you're gonna get away with more than one fuck. Yeah.
Now, E. Rich, are you aware of any other restrictions on the types of language you can have in order to keep a PG-13 rating?
I'm thinking no, not really. No, I think probably excess of certain swear words might tip you over into R rating, but no, not really. All I really know is fuck.
I think there might be like a hard limit, and here's why.
Uh-huh.
You know how on television they'll do a TV edit where it's a very obvious dub to replace bad words with okay words?
Find a stranger in the Alps.
Oh, was that fuck a stranger in the Alps?
Yes, or
Yeah.
in the ass. Yeah, this is what happens when you fuck a stranger in the ass.
E. Rich, you're not going to believe me, but the theatrical release of this film is the TV edit.
What?
Oh,
Hell no! Oh, hell no!
here's the weird thing, though. So this movie doesn't have any fucks, but they say shit a whole bunch, they say nigga a whole bunch, they say ass, and they say damn. But half the shits are dubbed over, very obviously dubbed over to something else. Half of the dams are dubbed over to be darn. Like,
What?
so, yeah, it's so weird, and I don't understand why. They'll say shit like 5 times, and then they'll dub over damn with darn. So I'm thinking that there must be like a hard limit, like you can have 50 cuss words, and they went way over the limit and had to go in and dub over half the lines in the movie. And it's so extremely obvious that I was flabbergasted that I was watching a TV edit in the movie theater. It's crazy to me.
Motherfucker, that is insane. Like, do you think maybe they're just like cutting out the middleman and just saying we'll just make the movie that's going to be on TV now rather than having to go back into the studio and recut shit?
It
Holy
could be,
fuck.
and it could also be that when they release it on DVD, they'll say this is the unrated version that you couldn't see in
my
theaters.
God.
And then the only change is, you get to hear the word damn 5 more times.
Fuck me. That is
And
a really fucking bad sign for a movie.
And I'm also thinking that the problem could be Tyler Perry wrote the screenplay, he produced, directed the movie, and then he also starred in it as 3 or 4 different characters. And the script of the movie, I don't think exists as a full script because the movie is almost entirely
Ad-libs.
Ad-libs and improvisation of just Tyler Perry spurting out a bunch of jive and black vernacular and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, all the script is just setups. It's just
Exactly.
Madea goes to here, and then it's basically just whatever Tyler Perry does on the day. That's
So
what
I
they
think
do.
when he wrote the script, he had the PG-13 level of cussing in it, and then he was so
Yeah.
lazy in the ad-libbing and in the improv that he just kept fucking cussing because he thinks it makes it funnier. And then when the movie's complete, they're like, "Oh man, there's way too many cuss words in here. We gotta dub some shit in."
Shit. Like, you are shocking me. My base level of what I thought a quality movie that could pass like certain restrictions to actually get played in the theater, this is shattering all of them. This is like, I just did not expect how terrible this would be.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So those are the 2 points I wanted to make. So let's go into your predictions of what you think happens in this
All
movie,
right.
and I will confirm or deny.
All right. Prediction number 1. There are at least 5. Oh, hell no. That happens at least 5 times, whether it's somebody reacting to a horror situation and just going, oh, hell no.
I'm not gonna lie, it's probably at least 30 times. It's back to the ad-libbing thing, because Tyler Perry plays 2 of the elderly black people. He plays Madea and then Medea's brother, and then he also plays himself, and these are like his aunt and uncle. And when he's playing these elderly characters, that's all they do is the man talks about how he's a pimp and he wants to fuck everybody, and Madea just goes, "Oh hell no, hell!" the whole time.
Good lord. That is even more than I thought.
Yeah.
All right. E-Rich prediction number 2. Characters in the movie act like an audience member would watching the horror movie. So people would be like, "Don't you go in there! Don't you go in there! Oh, she went in there! No! Don't do it!" Like, characters in the movie act like that.
Well, yeah, there's
in horror situations.
There's a lot of scenes with the 4 elderly black people in their car driving to a haunted lake, and they're being attacked by monsters and people in costumes and stuff. And yeah, there's a lot of them like, "Oh, don't go out there. Don't get out of the car." And then also there's, "Go out. How about you go out and I stay in the car?" And there's a joke like that probably 18 times.
Good lord. So this might be colored a little bit by I saw the trailer for this movie in front of
Please,
something.
Iris, not colored. We call them African Americans.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
Also, it's
right.
it's rainstorming outside, so if you guys can hear that, I'm sorry, but maybe it'll add a nice ambiance to this Madea podcast.
Yeah.
You probably can't hear it, though.
All right, E-Rich prediction number 3. Jump scares. I bet this movie has tons of fucking jump scares.
No, there's no horror in the movie. It's
No?
a comedy. It's straight up a comedy straight through.
They don't even try? They don't even attempt?
I mean, the characters are being, chased by like people with chainsaws and stuff, but it's not really played for horror. It's all played for laughs the whole time.
Huh. All right. Interesting.
And I haven't seen Boo number 1,
The
a
original
Madea
Boo.
Halloween, so I don't know if
the original classic.
Yeah, the classic from last year. So I don't know if that's also just played for laughs or not, but this one...
Does he just make like 50 movies at a time? Does he just like...
Maybe.
He's constantly writing 5 Madea movies while
I've done some research, and I think there are
producing Black Family movies.
I think there are only 8 canon Madea movies, and then there's like 3 cartoon Madea movies that are literally for kids. There's like 3 PG-rated Madea animated films that maybe we'll have to dive into later on.
So, from what I know, I just figure there are a couple tiers of Tyler Perry movies. Madea movies where he like dresses up as a character and does character shit. There are Black Family movies where it's there's some kind of like conflict between Black family members and they have to resolve it. And Tyler Perry is largely playing himself or a version of himself. He's not really a character. And then there are also Tyler Perry romantic thriller movies that are roughly about someone cheating and it might be like a slasher type movie. I think he's made some movies like that. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, there was a trailer for one before Madea, and it's coming out in March, so we'll probably end up kinoing about it.
I just feel like he makes variations.
It's called Acrimony, I think. Acrimony.
Oh my god.
They've all got some weird ass title like that. Acrimony.
Woo!
Passion.
All right. Compassion. Rated R.
A Tyler Perry joint.
A Tyler Perry film. All right. Number 4. Madea insults a slasher while they're trying to kill her.
Did you see this movie, Rich? You could be
No,
honest.
I did not. That is entirely based on what I think could happen.
That's all she does is talk shit to people the whole time.
Oh, don't you go there. Don't you go there.
Yeah.
All right, what else I got? This is kind of just something I want to see in most movies is a spit take. Is something shocking happens and someone is drinking and then they spit all of the liquid out of their mouths.
Right. I don't recall that happening in this movie, no.
Damn it. All right, maybe they're drinking some purple drank or...
Rich, my God.
Fago.
Is Tyler Perry telling you what to say?
Nah.
Okay.
All right, next one. So this is just what I want to happen, not necessarily what I predict would happen in the movie. Madea was the killer.
No, but you're pretty close because the big twist, spoiler alert, is that so the idea of the movie is that Tyler Perry's daughter lies to him and goes up to a lake to go to a frat party, and he finds out about it. So then he hires people to pretend to be killers to scare all of the kids. Tyler Perry does. And then, but Madea doesn't know this, and she goes to go get the daughter back from the party, and then Madea gets spooked and scared by the people in costumes.
Good God. I was so confused there for a second because I forgot that Tyler Perry played several characters, and I was just like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah.
Madea? And then Tyler Perry is a separate thing? Yeah, okay. All right. This is where my list just goes off course, and I just start
You'll
criticizing
probably
the
end up
movie.
getting half of them right anyway.
Yeah. The movie is terrible to anyone outside of the demographic it's aiming for, so I would have said it was the black audience. But
Yeah, I think
apparently
I
there's the
learned
white
that
audience as well.
I think the demographic is just a white audience who wants to have some fun laughing at stereotypes.
Yeah, you just play it up. Just fucking.
And let me tell you, that theater full of 10-year-old kids, they were laughing hysterically every time Madea started screaming and would like run away from a monster. Oh, hell no! Hell no! She'd run and scream. The theater with this fucking uproarious laughter. So loud, so enthusiastic. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. All right. Number 8 prediction. Tyler Perry is a hack. Did it come true? Was he a hack?
About 40,
How is Tyler Perry in the movie?
40
as a performer, as an
let me
entertainer?
say, 40% of the film is Tyler Perry talking to the two other Tyler Perrys while they all sit on a couch in the living room. It's just reverse shot of him in different costumes talking to himself in a living room. And the movie's not cinematic in any way. I feel like I was watching a low-budget ABC Family directed-TV film. That's how it's shot, and that's how it looks. And for the most part, that's probably how it's acted, too. So yeah, Tyler Perry's definitely a hack. It was lazy improvisation. It was just lazy jokes. It was lazy everything.
Yeah. I think we should talk a little bit about the psychology of Tyler Perry. Is he aware of what he's doing? Does he think that it's quality entertainment? Or is he just kind of... he's just...
I've seen very little Tyler Perry. But he's been in good things. He was really good in Gone Girl, for example.
Yeah,
so
I saw him in that.
I think he knows what quality looks like, but then he also knows how to make a quick buck. And these Madea movies, I'm guessing, I don't know what the budget was, but I'm guessing they made it in reality for less than $10 million.
No, I was gonna say, less than that.
He's raking in the big bucks because he produced the movie too. So like all this money is going to him. He's getting a fucking bankroll off this shit. So I think he's just, catering to an audience with the lowest common denominator bullshit stereotype movie he can make. And I mean, he's a smart businessman. He's probably more successful at this point than Adam Sandler.
Yeah, I mean, oh my God, this movie was made for $25 million.
Yeah, well,
was that money on the screen at all?
No, because
I bet
the characters, like the costumes, by the rules of the movie, are just costumes that Tyler Perry bought at a costume store. Like, there's nothing in it that would make it worth that kind of money.
I'm thinking Tyler Perry takes $25 million, takes off maybe $1 million for the movie, and pockets $24 million, and then makes just a shitload of money on the return after the movie makes money.
Well, when you get credit for the 3 main characters, you get writing credit, directing credit. I mean, all that money, who's getting paid? You.
He's making half the movie himself.
Yeah, like half the budget went to him. So whatever, who cares?
It wouldn't surprise me if Tyler Perry was the camera operator and the best boy and the gaffer.
He couldn't have been. He was in every shot.
Yeah, all right. So I just get more and more misanthropic as I go along. Section number 9, audiences deserve better than this.
Although, no, they fucking don't. They were eating it up. They were laughing their asses off. They want more of this garbage. They were losing their minds in the theater.
As Matthew McConaughey says in True Detective Season 1, we get the world we deserve.
He's right. This
is the world. And then number 10, the pain never ends. It just keeps going.
The movie had one opportunity to make me laugh because, like I said, there's nothing constituting a joke. There's no like setup and punchline. It's just, oh, look how wacky Medea's gonna be yelling, oh hell no, and all this stuff. But there's one part that I thought could have been funny, and the joke came to my head, and I was like, okay, the movie's gonna do this, and then I'm gonna laugh, and I'm gonna be so delighted. Towards the end of the movie, they all go to the police station, and Madea is kind of trying to hide her face in the police station because on the wall next to her, there's a wanted poster with her on it for like all the crimes she has committed. and somebody asks her, Madea, why you hiding? And then the line she says is, she's trying to be incognito, but she can't pronounce. The joke is she can't pronounce incognito, so she says, "I'm trying to be incognito" or some stupid shit. And I was like, okay, that's terrible. The line should have been, "I'm trying to be incognito." That would have been funny because you're a black person trying to hide at the police station. But no, it's just a joke that she can't pronounce anything. She goes, "I'm trying to be incognito."
Fuck me.
See, Tyler Perry should have hired me to help him write the script because incognito would have actually made me laugh.
That was actually good.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand. It's just laziness. It's just that they don't want to write anything. They don't want to make anything of quality. They know that people will eat this shit up, and yeah, that's all she wrote.
From the first page of the script to the final cut of the film, I'm guessing this took them about 2 months to make.
I mean, it's got to. If he's making a couple other movies at the same time, I mean, that's all he has time for is shoot
and
a
he
couple
only made this
scenes
because
with me.
yeah, Boo 1 came out almost exactly a year ago and it was a success. So like it's not like he had this idea cooking and waiting. Like he made this in no time at all just to cash in again.
No, Monkey, this is the realization of a 13-year plan where Tyler Perry has always had Boo 2 just in his mind.
Yeah, this was his baby Driver. He came up with the car sequence chase 20 years ago, and he finally had the technology to pull it off.
No, yeah, he couldn't do it with Boo 1. He had to set a lot of stuff up.
It's like the Raid and the Raid 2. He had to make the first one for cheap so he could do his passion project the second time.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the year of his career. He has to make this work.
Yeah.
God.
Well, hey, this movie's winning at the box office, isn't it?
It's doing great.
I'm pretty sure it
Blade Runner 2049.
Did it double its budget in the first weekend?
It did not double its budget since it got 35.7 and it was made for 25. So it made more than its budget, certainly, which is good. Everything from now on is basically extra. But yeah, Blade Runner is out of theaters. It is officially a flop. It didn't do well in China. The world is not worth living in. Everything is terrible.
No, it's following the same steps as the first one. That one flopped in theaters too, and now in 15 years, whatever his name is going to drop like 3 different cuts of it.
Well, I guess that's true. We have that to look forward to.
Yeah, we can do more. We'll see which cut is the best.
Monkey, why does your audience hate you?
Why would they say? Oh, because they made me watch this movie.
They made you watch this movie.
I mean, what else was I gonna watch? I could go see Jigsaw. No, I'd rather actually see Madea than Jigsaw. Fuck that.
I've never seen any of the Saw movies.
Yeah,
so.
me neither.
And then again, I just know that they're super complicated.
Really?
Yeah, like there's crazy continuity. Like the 5th one is the first one or some shit.
Well, it's too much for me to tackle. I think Adam Johnson, if you guys like fucking dogs and you like Saw, I think he has a good video about Saw, so go check it out.
Oh, nice. Get the plugs in.
I think that's all I really have to say about Madea 2. It's definitely not Kino. It's not worth watching unless you're, I guess, a 10-year-old kid out on a Friday night with your grandparents.
Uh-huh. How would you compare it against the 10 minutes that you saw of the other one?
I can't remember what happened because I was just so quiet and nervous about being in this black barbershop that I'm not supposed to be in.
Yeah, I wonder, is there any quality differentiation between these movies? Are there good ones and bad ones?
Well,
or is it just a pile of shit?
I think exactly one of them has a 64% on Rotten Tomatoes and the rest are just abysmal. So maybe there might be one good one towards the beginning.
Yeah, compared to the 7% or whatever that is this one has.
Yeah.
That 64 is absolutely glowing.
Yeah, this is a record low for the series.
It keeps getting better and better.
Well, E-Rich, that's all we have to say about Madea Boo 2. My question to you is, next are we going to do Thor Ragnarok or are we going to do something else?
Let's do Thor Ragnarok, because I fucking loved the other 2 movies this guy did that I saw, What We Do in the Shadows and Hunt for the Wilder People. So I am looking forward to this movie.
Okay, folks, you heard it here first. We'll see you next week with our analysis, our Kino-lysis.
Kinalysis. That sounds like some kind of fucking like kidney disease. Kinalysis.
Well, this show is a disease on my life, so
Yeah.
We'll see you then, folks.